Peace and love, y'all. It's your brother Andre Aram. We're here to talk about a very fascinating topic, which is the true meaning and purpose of sexual transmutation. Now, I think it's important to start off by addressing what sexual transmutation is. First of all, when we're talking about transmutation, we're talking about the use and the transmuting of that energy that we call sexual energy, which is also known as chi energy or life force energy by the ancient people of the world. Now, this is really important to understand moving forward because here in America, we are undersexed, oversexed, and just altogether ignorant to the true meaning and the understanding of what this life force energy is and what its applications are. Okay? Now let's look at a story like the Bible, which I think so many people are familiar with. In the story of Adam and Eve. See, in that story, Adam and Eve were able to live eternally in the Garden of Eden, so long as they didn't break one rule, which was that Adam couldn't bite from that apple. Really makes you think. Now, one of the greatest understandings and the broad understanding, if we look at this from an adept perspective, is that that apple represented Adam breaking the laws of nature. Now we see in America and around the world today, so many people are suffering from poverty, death, disease, and so on and so forth. We can directly attribute this to Adam, man, and woman breaking those laws of nature and those divine instructions from their creator. Right now, there's two amazing books on this topic. One is The Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. The other is The Fire from Within by Carlos Castaneda. Now, both these books will give you a powerful introduction to the understanding of what life force energy is and how it is to be utilized. Right? Now, there's two applications for life force energy. One is the creation of life. And as we know, the child is only as healthy as the mother is. Now, in order for the human body to function, every organ is supplied with energy from this life force energy. So I want you to understand that anyone who is depleting and constantly losing this life force energy will not be able to supply the proper energetic support to their body in order to produce healthy life. So it's very important if someone is looking to have children that they understand what the life force energy is and how to properly utilize it. And the other greater application of the chi energy is creative energy. Because again, this energy is not just for sex, as so many people would think, but it is to create. And we are creators, made in the image of the Creator. And so with this life force energy, I want you to pay attention throughout history, because all the greatest successful creators, business people, and the like were all people who understood to have a level of discipline with this life force energy and not to go wasting it. Okay, now here in America, it's very difficult because billions of dollars are literally spent and invested into an industry that's designed to get people to waste their life force energy. And I'm talking about the pornography industry, of course. Okay? So it's no easy task for someone who has not began to explore themselves and to have knowledge of self and self-control. But for those of you who are seeking the truth, for those of you who are looking to become successful in your lives and are looking to do great works, it's very important that you have an understanding of how to properly utilize this life force energy. Because after all, it's not just for having sex. Actually, this life force energy can be more powerfully directed towards all the great ventures of your life. Whether you are a creative, which requires lots of life force energy, or whether you are physically, somebody who does things with their bodies, whether you are an athlete, whether you are, an architect, or a doctor, or anything that you do, we are all dependent upon this life force energy. And if we go back to following these instructions, as it says in the Bible, man and woman can live eternally in the Garden of Eden. All right, now this is a very beautiful and powerful topic. And if any of you have began to utilize and to observe this within your own life, you will see that surely it is possible for man and woman to reach the highest levels of spirituality by learning to preserve and properly utilize this life force energy. All right, again, I know it's not an easy task. This is a very polarizing topic because here in America, I know for myself growing up, sexuality can be one of the most dynamic and dangerous things. We see here in America how many people are murdered and how much violence and crime is caused behind people not being able to control their life force energy. Whether it be through woman throughout history, or man, or both together being complicit in illicit sexuality, Many problems are caused from this, from families being destroyed to lives being taken. You know, it says in the Quran to never take another man's wife, because that's something that no man can ever be forgiven from. So I just want to, encourage each and every one of you again who are interested in taking your life to the next level and to the highest level of accomplishment, to really think about, meditate upon the true purpose of sexual transmutation and life force energy. Right now, please, as always, I'd like you to like, comment, subscribe. Even if you completely disagree, absolutely, please let us know, because it's very important to create a dialogue so that we can all be enlightened on this topic. Right? It's your brother Andre Aram. I love y'all. Again, this was the true meaning and purpose of sexual transmutation, life force energy. Peace.